Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you, like, my family, I don't talk to like that. Mm-hmm. So if my sister will call or something, it's a major thing. It's a major thing.
So you'd be like, okay, so if she calling me something,
I gotta pick it up.
Or
somebody,
right. Yeah.
So that's the difference. But with him, they talk.
He just got used to talking to them all the time, and it was just like a natural thing. It became habitual. He didn't even think about it.
Yes. Like I said, he didn't think about it. But for me, because I didn't have that, I was thinking about it, and it used to bother me. But I had to learn that it was just a thing they do.
Yeah.
But then also with that is, what I think is really important, once you get into a relationship, I think that whoever you're in a relationship with, that people, your mom, your dad, your sister, and your brother has to understand them too.
Yeah.
Because if you know how I am, and you know that you're really trying to work on your pretty much a relationship, they got to do the same thing. Why do I have to... Like, if somebody calling me watching a movie, that's something that we do.
Yeah, but I think it's a respect thing, an understanding thing, and a courtesy thing. Because when people, like, want to pick up every time they call, but then I'm pretty sure if his sister or somebody was with they boo.
Right. Would they pick up?
They probably like, okay, I'm going to call Johnny back in a second. Because I'm with my boo right now. But he probably never experienced it on that end or just didn't know.
Right.
So he just so used to being a certain way. But like, yeah, like you have to kind of like, you have to set that kind of rule foundation, you know, and eventually things are...
Yeah, it would.
Take its space, but it takes a little time sometimes, depending on how the person is. Some people are never on their phones, you know. But,
well, this thing too, I'm never, like, people get mad at me and they say, well, we text you or I text you or something. I was like, yeah, I seen it. Because you text me, do I have to... Immediately? If
it's not an urgency... No, because a lot of times I don't text back immediately.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not, and that's why. But that's also why I hate the red receipt shit, because I just be like, it's such a disregard. I'd rather you just not have it on.
I turn that shit off.
Yeah, I'd rather you just not have it on and respond when you do, because you know when people read stuff and don't respond, it's just it's a high disregard.
Yeah.
That you don't even mean to do, but it's just read that way. You know. So
but
just,
then.
I don't want to know you read my shit and didn't respond. I just don't need to know that. It's none of my business.
Right, yeah.
It's really none of my business.
You think about it. If you're in a meeting, like if I'm in a meeting, like if I have a meeting on Monday through Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, right? Yeah. And then a text message comes, just because I look at it and I just happen to read it, doesn't mean that I'm not going to call you or text you back. Is that at the moment I couldn't do it?
Yeah, but I do get. I know sometimes I respond in my head. I do that a lot. I have ADD like a motherfucker. Respond in my head.
Oh my, you do?
What? So many times.
I thought that John only did that shit.
No, I do. I have ADD, and it depends. So sometimes.
Wait, explain that to me.
I mean, like you'll text me, and I mean to get back to you, and forget forget about it, because I can't respond to you at that moment. Right. So sometimes you may, so I think it works two ways. I think it works in a way where I just can't respond at that moment, or I was about to respond. I actually went to go text, but something caught my attention. I think that's like really responding in your head means like, I answered you, but I didn't get a chance to type it out in person, because
John says that all
it
the
was
time.
In the moment of a lot of shit was happening. I could have been having conversations. I could have been working on some music. I'm just not there to respond. Not that I'm disregarding you. Not that I don't want to answer you. It's just that it's something else that's really taking my time right now. And not that you're not important, but this is actually what what's happening in this moment. This is important. What's happening right now.
I get it.
No shade. I have to do this right now and I'll get back to you. But what happens is sometimes life happens and you forget to get back to the person. And thank God, a lot of times, like people that I do converse with, I'm also social media friends with. So many times what has saved me is seeing somebody post something and I'm like, oh shit, they text me. And it could be they text me 3 days ago.
Oh no,
that shit happens.
Come on.
No,
really?
If it doesn't need an immediate response, then my brain may actually just
forget.
Yes.
Only time that happened to me is when I don't talk to you often, and I in the middle of text or something, and I don't text you back, or I look at it.
What's often though? Because like It could be somebody that we speak often, but we don't speak every day, because that's different. I could speak to somebody often where if they number come across my phone, I'm like, why they texting me? That's not going to happen.
Okay, let me explain to you something. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
You probably have more people you talk to on your phone than I do. Let me tell you, if you look at my phone now, it's John, John's mother, and then maybe my sister. That's it. And now you.
I want to say it.
And now
I fall in there.
Now you're like the fourth person.
Got you.
I don't have anybody who texts me.
No, but that's so interesting though, because people feel a way that I don't speak to them often, but like I have like 5 people I talk to.
Yeah, and my friend Sasha.
And I'm fine with talking to like the 5 people. Yeah. That's like I'm really awkward.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 people.
I speak to my 5. I speak to my mother. I speak to my two best friends. I speak to you.
Yeah, right.
I really don't have many people that I talk to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens a lot. So if somebody would text me, and if it doesn't, warrant my immediate response, something may happen, and I'll forget, and I'll forget for days until I see something, and it'll click, and I'll be like, oh shit, I meant to hit that person back, and then I'll go through the text messages. I'll be like, Lord, please forgive me. Oh, I'm like, please forgive. Unless if I read it and I know it's something that you need right now, I will respond at that moment. Or I'll text you and be like, give me a second, I want to respond to you, but I'm doing such and such and such. But if I feel it's something that can wait, then I will make it wait, and I may forget. Yeah. But if you need me, I'm there. That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact. I would read that message and be like, oh, they need me right now. And I'm the type of bitch that'll step out the room for you. Aww. I am. My best friend will tell you I can be, no matter what it is that she need me, if it's something serious. Yes. And she'll tell you, she was like, yo, because that's why I don't play that shit when it comes to like, being reciprocated. And I just be like, and it's not because I do this for you, you need to do this for me, but it's just like, I hold you in a certain regard, and I need to know if you hold me in that same regard, because it's just certain things that I just would not fucking do or would do when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying?
And I think people really need to understand that too. Like when I'm meeting new people, I do look at it like that. I was like, there's things that people do for me, and since we're close, that I know you're doing it for me, The few people that I hang out with, I have this friend named Sasha and then my other friend named Dion. Like I kind of know them now, and they would do stuff, and I was like, oh, they're doing it for me because I know they won't do nothing for nobody else.
Yeah,
and so
and that's real.
That's what you got to cherish.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's respect, and you got to be considerate of that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that though. So when I know somebody, because there's a ton of shit that I wouldn't do for people, and the people would know. Like it's
not getting pissed.
It is some people that are envious of my friendships, and because they expect a certain thing, or they want that from me, and then they feel like I just freely give it to other people. But you have to mirror my energy. Period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. Everybody don't get that. Period. Everybody don't get that berry. Everybody don't get that space. You earn that space. If we both earn that space, then that's what we are. But like, I don't care how long I fucking know you. Yeah, that shit has nothing to do with how close we are.
Right.
It doesn't.
That's what I mean. We had a conversation earlier. I think that's my kind of like, I don't say downfall, but it's one of those things where I latch on to people fairly quickly, right? Not because I feel like I need to have a friend or anything, but because I'm being really myself. I like people and I like energies. And if you show me a good energy, what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach myself to it. But I am the one to see you in a light, and I'm like looking at you like, okay, this ain't the same person that I met.
Oh, I'll catch that quick. Right? I'm like that too. I want a piece of, I'll unless you give me a reason to not start you at 100, that's what I'm going to start you at. Right? If I feel that natural energy, I'm going to start you at 100, and you work yourself down.
Thank you.
You work yourself down.
I be fighting with that, Barry.
Yes.
Like, I be saying, all right, is it me? Because, sometimes you start losing friendships, or you start like putting yourself away from people, or something don't work. And I'd be like, is it me? I'm thinking like, no, because I'm thinking like, all right, we start ourselves, like you said, at 100, right? I give so many people so many chances, but if I feel like I'm drawn away from you somehow, bitch is you. It is not me.
Yeah. Listen, I started us at 100, and I really had high hopes for this relationship.
Yes, and I'm like, come on.
No,
I was like, you really have to do something to me. I'm saying to me, something has to happen for me not to fuck with you.
Yeah, something has to transpire because I'm not going to attach myself to you or connect myself to you if you don't mirror my energy. Period. Just off jump. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to make a beeline. I'm just not going to fuck with you like that. And that's just who I am. Like, because I gravitate to. You have to have a mirror image, mirror reflection energy for me. So yeah, I'm totally the same way. So I will start you at that space. And I would expect you to have the same regard for me.
Yeah.
And only time would really tell, you know? And a lot of times, you know, some people fall off and some people stay on. And that's what I rock with.
But I think that's important, though. I think a lot of people, and sometimes when I do talk to certain people, it's like, all right, so we're friends, we're cool. And then there are times when I see people do stuff that I don't like that's really ugly to me. You know, and I'm like, why are you friends with them? Like what's going on? Like, does it make you happy? I was like, oh, we've been friends for like 9 years or something. Like, oh, so you're friends with them because
of the long. Nah, fuck that.
No, that's what I don't.
Nah,
and I said,
fuck
I
that.
would rather have 2 friends that I fuck with and that I'm cool with, rather than a bunch of friends that it go up and down. First of all, I get headaches fast. If you make me think, or if I'm frustrated, or if I feel like it's such a struggle.
If I'm catching fucking anxiety, I have anxiety.
Oh, yes.
I need to feel my best and my most comfortable when I'm around you.
Yes.
And if I don't feel that, I'm not gonna fuck with you.
I can't.
I'm just not. We can be cool.
I'm not gonna argue.
But we're not gonna be. You're not gonna be an everyday. You're not gonna be a person that I turn to just naturally. You're not gonna be. You know, we're just not gonna have that friendship.
Right.
It's no.
It's
nothing personal. I mean, I guess it is personal, but it's not. It's not. Yeah, to them.
You know why?
It happens a lot.
I think we talked about this before.
Oh, it happens a lot.
Let me tell you. I think people take a lot of stuff personal when, like, all right, say me and you, we're cool, right? And you say, oh, well, Justin's not really talking to me like that, like, you know, whatever. First of all, you know I'm a talkative motherfucker. I talk your head off. Like I talk. And for me to draw back is either I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna approach you, or if you're really my friend, let's talk. But if you know, people know what they do to you.
They do.
People know what they do.
They know. They know. They do.
You know what I'm saying? That's what really irks me.
Yeah, they do.
The thing is, I know what I do to people. If I happen to do something to you, first of all, if I do something to you, I feel bad. I'm gonna apologize. Or
unless it's really something that you're offended by something that's just like you shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like something really minor. Because I have had situations where I'm like, you know me better than to know that wasn't my MO. You know what I'm saying? Or like I wouldn't intentionally want to fucking hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we've been around each other for years for you to know that, you know? So I think it changes in different scenarios, but for the most part, yeah.
You know what I don't like also, Barry? Because I am always upfront with people. Like I said, it may take me a day, 2, but let me find my words. Just like I'll let you find your fucking words, right? Is when someone, how do we call it? I'm going to say shade me on IG.
You said what? The shaded you IG.
What's that fucking word?
What?
Not shade you.
Sub you.
Sub you.
Oh, you're talking about sub you. Yeah. No, I hate fucking subs. I hate, but I'm one of those people.
If you can see me,
and they say hit dogs bark, but I just be like, don't play with me. Don't play, don't pretend, don't do that shit. Because if I know exactly what you're talking about, I'm one of the people that will be like, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Because I don't need to fucking be online reading anything.
Yes.
No ill feelings towards me when you fucking just saw me.
Yeah, right. And you in my house.
Yes. Or you do.
And you just left my fucking house. Like you would have subbed me when you in the car.
Don't do that.
I can't do it. I can't take it. And I think that a lot of times, even when you're in a circle, especially new circles, it's like people do their old ways with the new people. And I don't like that. Right? I hate that because when you do that, I hope you learned from the last relationship that you probably fucked up. Yeah. That you come into a new relationship and don't do that. Yeah. And then a lot of times, I told you even last time we were talking about this kind of stuff, here in LA, I can't hold my tongue. I'm not going to disrespect you, but I'm going to let you know how I feel.
Yeah.
But that shading shit,
Yeah, but I don't.
that subbing shit, I hate it.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about me.
I do not. That's what I'm saying. I'm the type of bitch that'll call you right up. Like, is there something you need to